is safe on planet Earth. What a terrible story. Road conditions / info New Mexico. This is per New Mexico State Police news release. This was 20 hours ago. New Mexico State Police investigate quadruple homicide in Belen. Belen, New Mexico, on December 14, 2024, the New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau was requested to investigate a quadruple homicide that occurred at a residence on Camino Escondido in Belen. Agents learned that around 3:30 a.m., the Valencia County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from Diego Lavella, 16, who told the dispatcher he had killed his family. When deputies arrived, Diego walked out of the residence with his hands in the air and was extremely intoxicated. He was taken into custody without incident. Deputies entered the residence to find 4 deceased individuals. The Office of the Medical Investigator is still working to identify the victims. A handgun was located on the kitchen table. Diego Lieva has been charged with 4 open counts of first-degree murder. He is still being held at an area hospital for detox. Once medically cleared, he will be booked into a juvenile detention facility. This incident is in the preliminary stages of investigation. New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau agents and crime scene team are processing the scene and conducting interviews to learn what led up to these tragic events. See, that's the thing, when alcohol's involved, it's like there's no rationalizing. You can't rationalize with the mind that poisons itself. Because alcohol is poison. It causes 7 different kinds of cancer. I know it's fun for a while, but then what happens is people realize, oh shit, I've been drinking a lot of. You know what I'm seeing all over my people, like they're getting wasted and then they go live on TikTok and they drink those twisted teas. Twisted. There's a new thing. I never had one, and hope to God I don't. Sometimes my cravings kick in and I want to start stuff. I want to drink stuff like that. Just cut loose. Just take the edge off a little bit. Stuff like that. And then I read stories like this, and I'm like, nah, Marge, it's cool. Keep the plug in the jug. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a health empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I just got gross cat juice oil for he gets like omega, he gets this oil and I put it in his food for extra nutrients. It keeps him healthy. And then I got some on my sleeve. Anyway, I've just been trying to recuperate after the last video I did. I had to evaluate things, process some things, and then the video that I posted with the sheriff, when it happened, I got home, I looked up the sheriff, and I sent it to the sheriff, his boss. And then I looked at a list of lawyers and just picked one because he was born in the same year I was. I was like, maybe he'll have the same sense of justice that I do for born the same year. Maybe. So I sent it to him. That was like late Friday though. So I didn't hear nothing back. Maybe that was Thursday because it happened Thursday. Everything's a blur, man. See, when I disassociate, I evaporate into the no place space. And then some other channel posted my video, and they have like 83,000 followers.
Whoa.
To their YouTube channel. And what are they called? Dying to Live. They got 83.9 thousand viewers. They posted my video, and 21,000 people watched it on their channel. And on my channel, where it happens, like 1,100, 1,200 people watch it, which is still, but yeah, it's just, they prove my point when I say that people are thought that when you got the vibrational frequency of ego, these people don't discipline themselves in ways that humble them, so they flare in ego. And I'm just grateful that the outcome was a positive outcome for me, because on my FYP, some freaking kid, sheriffs, they're always killing people, man. And that's why I don't like talking to the police, because there's always a potential that freaking I'm not going home. That potential always exists. Because they're freaking, because they want to put me in my place. It's not lawful. It's not right. It's just how they always been. I've had police freaking, a police brutality against me freaking since I was 15 years old. Is the first time I had a 45. I'm looking down the barrel of a 45. I'm 15 years old. A guy, mom's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, who we were just trying to get out of town so he didn't go to jail, because that's how I found out he slammed mom's head in the car door the week before, couple weeks before. The guy freaking grabbed her cane and like literally tried to kill me, and so I'm used to freaking asshole men. I'm used to, it doesn't matter the size of the badge, what side of the badge they wear. It's just this, ooh, men, might is right. If you don't like my penis, I'll put you in your place, and blah blah blah. And it all derives from fucking mama's boys and shit. Dudes overcompensating. A lot of times it's dudes that are overcompensating with their feminine energy. That's why they're freaking, knocking off freaking trannies in the Midwest and stuff. It's a type. It's like, dude, my brain, it's just, I know how people are. I just have, I'm that kind of autistic that I pick up on pattern recognition. The only thing is I look at patterns at ways that other people don't look. I incorporate, the farmer's almanac, the moon, the stars, I incorporate like where people are, and like, what they do year in and year out, and like what their environment is, because environment is only as good as the people that collectively create the environment. And I live in a little town, and in this town, people have given themselves way too much permission to live lackadaisical lives, and when people don't discipline themselves in ways of service, self-will runs riot, and then gluttony pronounces itself, and then that brings on the all these seedy low feelings of resentment, because people get mad because they feel bad about themselves, so they want to take it out on everybody. See, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I always have been. It's kind of my shtick. I've done 2.4 thousand videos where I'm talking about the injustice and bullshit, and about how people with certain titles, feel like they're compelled to put people in groups and treat them some kind of way, and I'm just here to let them know that they can't. That people, if you can't yield to your own self-will, if I can't yield, see, Mom always said, Marge, you got to learn how to control your emotions, because if you do not learn how to control your emotions, the institution will put you in a place where you can't leave, and they will control it for you. And I've had to relent a lot of stuff. You know, even when I was in the military and I got my second DUI, that's why I don't drink no more. I get in too much. I break out in handcuffs, and I can't. I don't want to do anything that they can use against me. See, and anytime you take alcohol, even if it's just a sip, that's why I'm not gonna get caught in their traps. So. You can tell that the egomaniacs are freaking out. You can tell that they are because they're fucking picking on people that aren't doing nothing, you know? You know, I've been, see, that's the thing is like, that's why I started, people are going to try and do whatever they can to put me in my place. I'm not breaking any laws. It's not against the law, one hand on the wheel. I wasn't breaking a law. I was never out of control. I was going 15 miles an hour. Like, I mean, it's construction. Like, you know, grasp for straws, man. Grasping. They just gotta control and dominate. I've seen that look. And I'm just like, I wonder where in his life he feels powerless. Does his girlfriend not look at him the same way anymore? Or maybe his boyfriend, who knows? You know, like I'm looking at the guy like I'm like, this guy doesn't even fucking pick up his own uniform. Like, you know, people like him are just always been taken care of, and then they just go out and get to designate who is, you know, who is not like them. That's what freaking see my whole life. I'm like, cause I remember one time Mom ended up in a Atascadero State Mental Hospital because a drunk man on a Harley was harassing her. Car broke down. We're like off in the bushes hiding from this guy because she was a pretty lady. She got harassed a lot. She had terrible things happen to her a lot because she was a small woman that couldn't fight back. I witnessed a lot of those things happen because dudes are drunk. They don't care. Kids around. Fuck it. They're just trying to get theirs, man. You hate men, Margie. No, I don't hate men. I just haven't had a whole lot of good examples, including my own father and brother, of what it is. Like, you know, like, I always had this idea of, like, what men, like, they're the like, where did that come from anyway? Movies, TV? Because it's never been my reality. It hasn't been the reality for a whole lot of people. So it's just like this make-believe concept, this, like, idea that man will protect wife, children, you know, family, you know, women, children. And that's not the thing. That's not how that, as we all know, as the reality of we're living it out today in America 2024, that ain't the case. It's pretty much every man for himself. We're there. Only took 248 years. Yep. But a lot of people got real high score on video games, so that's gonna come in helpful the next few years. Yeah. I see a lot of people inadvertently starting their health journey because they can't afford to eat. Yeah, if that won't do, we experienced that too a lot. You know, we went out without, you know, and see, when I was growing up, that's the thing. I paid extra attention because I always looked at all the people that had so much. Wow, so many people had so little. I always paid attention to the balance. It's a Scorpio moon in me, and I'm paying attention like the give and take. Well, that's not fair. That's fair. That's not fair. You know. You know, like, that's not fair. And I knew it as soon as that guy tried. That is the same guy that the day my dog died, like, he pulled me over. I tell the story on October 8th. The video on that day, I tell that story. It's the same guy. It's like, what, you got it out for freaking women in Suburbans? Like, You know, I wasn't fucking breaking the law that day either. And homeboy has a thing about blocking roads. Like, see, that's how I know. And like, dude, if you want to take your fucking gear off, and if you want to meet out front of the stage, we can wrestle around. You can show me. He hit my fucking car with this fucking little dummy stick and threatened to break out the window. Like, what kind of LD limp dick energy is that? The Taos County kind? Said, you know why I stopped it? I said, your Taos high school education failed you. Oh, did I stump ya? Yeah, I did. I stumped him a couple times. See, I purposefully don't go out because I try to avoid assholes. I'm an asshole magnet. And couldn't avoid it that day. Because what I do in my car, I can do. In my car, as long as it's not causing harm to no, I'm not stopping traffic, I'm not getting out of my car, I'm not honking a horn, I'm not disturbing the peace. See, I do read law. And I study law ever since I worked at a law school, and I was like, wow, man, this is just a lot of lyrics on a page. This is a lot of words on a page. Who gets to designate which, they designate how things go based on how things been before. That's what this country is founded on. Regurgitated bullshit. And the whole legal system is falling down. I want to see all emergency personnel, like, you go through at least an 8, maybe 60, give up a weekend of your own. You see, it's like a basic training. Like, if you're going to go in that field, you're going to live on the streets that you're going to support, because you're going to get to know firsthand the people that you're supporting. Or don't collect a paycheck there. Sensitivity training? That should be a thing. I think I handle myself pretty okay. All in all. I just picture these little shits. I just picture bending them over my knee and freaking just like, you were never told no, you little hito shit stain. Like, if I went to his mammy and poppy's house and I saw pictures of him on the wall, I'm just like, yeah, I know who you are. You're the same. You're a vibrational frequency. You're a dime a dozen. You just have your shiny little badge. Does your mom pick up your uniform? No. Deputy Gonzalez? I think that's what his name was. I looked at his tag. Like, what is his fucking fool's name, man? Like, he got, tried to get all loud and scary, and that's the thing, is I got louder and scarier. And then he went and called his boss, and then I was like, I don't have to talk to you. I'll wait till your supervisor. And then his supervisor's like, dude, it's late in the day. I really don't want to come. Is it that chick in the Suburban? Dude, just let her go and hope that you don't end up on social media. Homeboy comes back, head down. Can we talk reasonably? That's like, I don't know. Just don't bother me to begin with. I wasn't breaking the law, and I'm not going to break the law because I'm a law-abiding citizen. See, because that is the easiest way I can never use police, is by being a law-abiding citizen. Because when you need them, they're never there. They're never there. All night long, I hear their freaking kids, their teenagers, racing through, the early 20s, 30s, like the car clubs, racing through count, just ripping and racing. Like, they don't bother trying to stop them. It's like a whole lifestyle. And if you're going to let that lifestyle perpetuate, might as well give them a place to work on their cars, make sure, that they're maintained, road safe, all that stuff. At least give them the same freaking privileges that we pay for you. That's why it's so crazy. It's like it's 2024. There is so much. People have elevated the concept of money, like to the point that it's just absurd. Like, people cannot even put their minds around how much money is wasted every day on stupid, lame stuff, while the cracks of society are getting wider. And I'm trying to make a place in Taos where freaking people with no address, you can come take a shower, cook a hot meal. You don't cook so good, I'll cook for you. I'll make you a good Pastor Marge, I'll cook for you. You can do your laundry. Just, get a good night's sleep. Just get your head straight, and then decide what you want to do, because it's hard out there, and they're not making it easier for people for travelers. They're not making it easier. They're wasting resources to put rocks in places where people can't sleep and stuff like that, and make hard situations even harder. And that's the karmic retribution. Well, as we all know, what, Santa Cruz just had tornado, San Francisco had a tornado warning, because that's all perfectly normal. See, people are creating their own karma. See, they're doing things and they're thinking things that are creating fear, and so they're creating their own realities because perception is reality, and all these seeds were planted so many decades ago. Once the technology, the military decided, we can manipulate the future by planting seeds on, putting screens on storylines, and just giving concepts of just the possibility of that. I mean, so if California breaks off and slides into the ocean, everything east of or west of the San Andreas Fault, like they've talked about as long as I can remember, and I'm Gen X, other people have been talking about it too, like, does it happen because we thought about it? Like, how does which comes first, the past or the present or the future? Like, because it all melds in together, So it's just better to do right by people, the lowest echelon, the lowest tier, for those that have a hierarchical mind, those that think that there's an upper and a lower. At least make it easier for people to, get a hair. Just do human things, man. They dehumanize so many people because, well, if you don't support our beast system, then you're an enemy, and you just need to fall through the cracks. And that's no way to treat any human being in America. I mean, they made people fight made-up wars for the ideas of freedom, and that ain't free. That ain't free. I know, Tuck. It ain't fair. But the tilts of justice are coming back around. Let me see this here. Yeah, the full moon in Gemini isn't helping. So, anyway, tomorrow's Monday. I saw somebody that was like selling their computer because they're trying to collect money to pay their vet bill. Young people, like, like there's so much money in this stinking freaking county. It's tightwads, and that shit never trickles down, and that makes it hard for people, and I know how hard that is, so I'm gonna go down to the vet and take care of some of I can't take care of all of it. I could take care of like $100 of it for her. So, I mean, when people are selling off their shit to, for their cats. A lot of young people use their laptop as their TV, I guess more and more people are tuning out. Well, that's what the idea was. It's like that whole big old, people were supposed to figure out that health matters. I was listening to that Bella Sloan chick. We used to listen to her back in the 90s. She was a psychic. She has short hair, and she used to have long hair. She kind of looked like a Lander sister. But we watched her in like 90, I think it was 94 was the show came out. And the guy with the big, the feminine dude with the big, he was a psychic with the brush, with the funny eyebrows and the big mustache. Wow. They all did their psych, because we were always doing intuitive things. We were always like, like yes or no's and stuff like that. Guess the card, all kinds of stuff like that. So Mom always had a psychic ability, so I was always drawn to other things that were of that genre. And to listen to slow, like she was talking about how people, when they have terrible abuse things happen to them when they were a kid, that they disassociate, and that's exactly what happened to me. I'm talking from the side of the disassociating. It must have happened 9 times before I was 12 years old. So the trick is like you could see in my video, like I was disassociated, but I was in control at the same time. Like you go into the no play space, and a lot of times people freak out. That's why people need sensitivity training. Nobody needs to yell and hit my fucking car and shit like that. Like, you don't gotta be a little bitch like that. I didn't do anything to break the law. I might have done something that he didn't like. I didn't do nothing to break the law, because I'm a law-abiding citizen. And that's where these egomaniacal... I know this, dude. My brother's a lawyer for the state of California, works for the Office of Parole. He went the MK Ultra way. He has a good life because he sold me and Mom out, and my life has been a very difficult struggle because I live from my heart and take care of Mom. Then I end up in the same freaking town where she's born in, 1,400 miles from where we moved from. We've been here 4 years now. We moved here 4 years ago. And all the freaking crap that I've had to tolerate and go through since I've lived here 4 years, I just want a place where I can freaking settle down and be. Where I don't have to, where other people can go to the fucking store for me. Where I don't have to go into town. Where I can just go out in the garden and work in the garden, or go out and feed the cows or chickens, or or help the new single mom that just moved into one of the campers up on the hill, help her renovate it or fix something that she needs help, or show her how to do it. See, that's what I want to do, is I want to teach people how they can support themselves in mind, body, and spirit. Then we don't need to send billions to, give billions to the government, because there won't be any need. There's never any need for us to go over there to fucking kill anybody, dude. It's just a race game. It's just they're playing Risk. You have these personality types that didn't have control when they were little boys, and now they got too much power and they do gross things with it. Well, there's gonna be hell to pay. I'm not really trying to, because when I do, tune into the narrative of what they call Corp USA, who the fuck is that shittard from South America, dude? He's from South America. He has all of his money because his dad sold minerals. His mom's a witch. I don't care about what he litters the earth for his own personal gains. He was responsible for 1,200 chimpanzees in UC Davis dying from putting his stupid neurochip link crap in their brains. They died. The beautiful creatures died because he has an egomaniacal, self-absorbed, freaking little man complex. And that's America. That's America. just wasted, just blech, blech. Sorry, ladies. Not a whole lot of options out there of, good guys. The quiet ones? Oh, you're just presuming they are. You know what they're thinking? Quiet guys?
What's that?
Usually?
Oh,
Not a lot. I worked with a lot of really quiet guys. I've worked in a lot of male-dominated careers. That's how I'm like, dude's gonna lose his shit. He's gonna lose his control. And they do it in all kinds of ways, like cheating on their spouses when they go TDY. That's a real common one. My brother was a JAG lawyer. He was in Iraq. And it wasn't there for like war crimes or nothing like that. It's for people doing shit like cheating on their spouses and just doing stupid shit that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do as a civilian, let alone as like, being a part of the greatest military. It's all freaking smoke and mirrors, man. This country's a joke. Run by bullies. Hi, Rebecca. A lot of bullies. And for those, the good ones, for all the good ones out there, how come you let your friends be bullies? How come that's a thing? Anyway, it's a curious thing. So, as we see more people flexing their authority, we're going to see more people doing stupid shit because they have nothing to yield to. Except especially themselves. They can't yield. They don't have that thing that says, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. And I want to thank those 2 people that there was, or 5 people. There was, I'm going to stop in and see one of them. She told me where she works. It's by the supermarket. I got to go get milk and stuff like that tomorrow. And so, they particularly, because the one woman, she's like, I work down the hill. She's like, we saw him as soon as we lights, and then my son, or the fellow in the back, the young man in back, said, we gotta follow her to make sure she's okay. And I was like, man, I've never had, like, that I know of, like, I've never had people outwardly support anything that I say or do. They're just like, oh, this bitch is on her own. Let's see what she does. And then there was another couple, and then I saw them after that it happened, and he said, you were so concise with what you said, and you were so clear, like, like he was like, wow, that was cool. And so that it was like having, little earth angels right there, right when you need them. Because I need to dial in on people, because I freaking, I'm out in the ethers, like, and homeboy I'm sure is just looking for any kind of reason to fucking use his firearm on some fucking chick. Like, what a douche, Like, get over yourself. So, oh yeah. Yep. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. I think we still have it. I don't know what it's worth. Well, I'm going to keep using my voice because I'm just tired of the bullshit. So congratulations on that, dude, on me getting 21,000 videos on one of my talks on someone else's channel. On my own, I only got 1,100 on the video, but see, that's all right, because I'm not for everyone. I am for very few. And I don't like all the press, frankly. I don't like all this, what comes with all the stupid shit that comes with when people see you, because then they're projecting their thoughts on you, like I'm projecting my thoughts on the people that I see. And then I'm like, my God, I suck. I'm a sucky person if that's how I acted. I don't act that way anymore. That's what I usually try to do, is I try to act not like them. Don't be like them, Marge. It's in my astrology. It's just how I am. Just how Creator made me. Anyway, it's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.